if there were peaceful protests on Saturday for the militant parade, President Trump would allow that?
Of course the president supports peaceful protests. What a stupid question. Raquel.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Hope all's good wherever you are. Here's a meme I thought you guys would all like. Not my president, not my resident. This one had me rolling. Now, full video for you guys today, so I'm not going to waste any time here. The first bits we're going to look at is Karoline Leavitt, because she was absolutely on fire yesterday at the press conference. Let me play you some of the best parts. But before that, if you guys don't mind just smashing that thumbs up button for your boy. As usual, guys, the timestamps are all over the video. Skip to the part that you want. Let's get it with Karoline Leavitt.
Words, the position of the Democrat Party is that the federal government is not allowed to enforce our laws and to arrest and deport illegal alien criminals. They're attempting to use a violent mob as a weapon against their own constituents to prevent the enforcement of immigration law. This is deeply un-American and morally reprehensible. President Trump received a clear mandate from voters to reverse the illegal invasion ushered in by Joe Biden's open border, and to end the lawlessness represented by Karen Bass in Gavin Newsom's California. President Trump promised to carry out the largest mass deportation campaign in American history, and left-wing riots will not deter him in that effort. Sanctuary cities and states will no longer be allowed to shield illegal criminals from deportation. Just take a look at some of the illegal monsters who were taken off the streets in Los Angeles in recent days. A Vietnamese national, a known gang member with a conviction for second-degree murder. A Mexican national with convictions for child molestation who was armed with a dangerous weapon and had previous arrests for robbery and domestic violence. A Filipino national with convictions of rape, assault, burglary, and theft. A Mexican national convicted of statutory rape, narcotics violations, and hit and run. A Nicaraguan national with convictions for domestic violence and hit and run and a previous arrest for willful cruelty to a child. And an illegal alien from Mexico who was arrested after allegedly throwing a Molotov cocktail at law enforcement officers during the Paramount riots on Saturday. He is now being charged with attempted murder. Law-abiding American citizens do not want these public safety threats living in their communities, no matter what Democrats like Karen Bass and Gavin Newsom may claim. And let this be an unequivocal message to left-wing radicals in other parts of the country who are thinking about copycatting the violence in an effort to stop this administration's mass deportation efforts. You will not succeed. Any lawlessness will only strengthen this president's resolve to defend the majority of Americans who want to live their lives peacefully, free from the fear of violent criminal illegal aliens. As President Trump said, order will be maintained and illegal aliens will be expelled from our country.
Now, this was Karoline's first White House briefing since the riots in LA started, and she made an absolute statement here saying that the LA riots are not peaceful protests. Take a look at this silly Reuters reporter who says that Trump's response to the riots was just a distraction tactic to steer the attention away from his feud with Elon Musk. Let's check this out.
The majority have not been peaceful. The majority have been violent.
I just read for you the arrest numbers. We've arrested nearly 400 illegal aliens alone, just illegal aliens who have been arrested in these riots since June 6th, since they began.
Thousands of people on the streets.
Yeah, and we've had hundreds of people who have assaulted law enforcement officers. Are you saying that that's that's appropriate behavior?
No,
Are you
no,
saying
I'm not
that
saying
the
that at all.
president
I'm
shouldn't
just
take
trying to
action?
figure out.
The Democrat governor and the Democrat mayor of Los Angeles have failed their citizens, and the majority of Americans, the majority of Californians do not want to see law enforcement officers being assaulted in the streets. And thankfully, the president took action and stepped in to protect our federal law enforcement agents, to protect federal buildings, to protect the federal mission of deporting illegal criminals off of our streets. And that mission will continue every day as far as we're concerned. Thank you, guys.
Now, the next bit you're going to watch is of our favorite fake news anchor, Caitlin Collins, questioning the use of Marines and National Guard troops on U.S. soil. Karoline didn't even blink. Check that out.
States Marines and the National Guardsmen and women who are on the ground right now are helping to create a peaceful environment for ICE and Border Patrol, who were being, again, hailed with rocks, who were being violently and viciously attacked. They needed reinforcements, and so our United States Marines who are on the ground are providing those reinforcements to ensure the environment is peaceful so that these raids and deportations can continue.
But he realizes they can't actually arrest people unless he invokes the Insurrection Act, which mean, seemingly was not something that was in Secretary Noem's memo, a clear distinction she did not make there.
Again, you're trying to conflate a letter that was sent to the Department of Homeland Security to the president's legal authority. The president understands the legal authority that he invoked, and that's the current situation right now.
When it comes to federalizing the National Guard, what is the specific criteria that the president is using for when he's deciding to do that, and in which states?
The president was asked and answered this yesterday. He wants to see an end to the chaos and the violence. He doesn't want to see law enforcement officers being attacked. He wants to see peace. He wants law-abiding Californians to be able to bring their kids to school, to be able to go to work without seeing this violence in the streets. That's what the president's hoping for, and that's why he's taking this action.
She was on fire today. Next clip you're going to watch is of Batya Ungar Sargon having an absolute mic drop moment on the Abby show. But right before that, just to give it some context, a quick clip of lying Gavin Newsom. Let's go.
Right now is very different than anything we've seen before. On Saturday morning, when federal agents jumped out of an unmarked van near a Home Depot parking lot, they began grabbing people, a deliberate targeting of a heavily Latino suburb. A similar scene played out when a clothing company was raided downtown. In other actions, a U.S. citizen, 9 months pregnant, was arrested. A 4-year-old girl taken. Families separated. Friends quite literally disappearing.
Holy shit. We might have to send him out to the fucking clinic here, the brain clinic, get him fucking checked out.
I hear this talking point a lot from Democrats that Donald Trump misled the American people and somehow said he was only going to deport violent criminals.
He said he was going to prioritize
At
violent criminals.
every single rally that I watched, he said, we are going to have the largest deportation operation in American history. And the reason he did that is because that position has majority support with the American people. And that position is what got him the majority of working class people. Because immigration is a topic that divides the working class from the elites.
100%.
The elites are the consumers of low-wage labor. And when you guys say they're taking people from the community, what you mean is they're taking people from the workforce, people who undercut the wages of American workers, which is why the working class flipped from the Democrats to the Republicans.
If I had a mic right now, I'd drop it.
Yeah, funny how they tried to always cover it up, saying that Trump said that he was only going to deport the criminals. Never said that. Mass deportation was always mentioned. This is what the American voters wanted. We all voted for this. I'll show you some of the polls a little bit later in the video, but first, let's get to Scott Jennings crushing it on CNN. But before that, our favorite DEI Mayor Karen. Some people will say that this is AI. Judge for yourselves.
Good afternoon, everybody. I called on this press conference because I don't think y'all understood exactly how retarded I am. So I brought all my other retarded Democrat friends up here so you could see what a bunch of retards, most of whom haven't had sex in the last 40 years, look like. Just look at our faces. These are the faces of women who haven't been touched in a long-ass time, you guys. That's why we're here. We want everyone else to be miserable and retarded, just like us. Thank you.
To me, first of all, this guy's the governor of a state, and it has got one of its most important cities burning on his watch, and he's out here launching a presidential campaign. I mean, there's no other way to listen to what happened and not conclude that he just launched his presidential campaign on top of this lawlessness that's going on in California. He governs a failed state. He sits atop of a failed state, and he sits, I guess, at the leadership right now of a political party that's wanting to coddle the illegal invasion of our country that's causing what's happening. It's not particularly controversial for Donald Trump to enforce federal law, our immigration laws, and yet to Democrats and to Gavin Newsom, it's an affront to them for the President of the United States to enforce federal law. I mean, he went down a litany of things that have nothing to do with what's happening in California. All that's happening in California is that a bunch of foreign nationals have occupied large swaths of the United States. One city is burning, and the President of the United States is trying to bring order. That's all that's happening. And we get this litany of complaints from Gavin Newsom about everything, about how much the Democrats in California have failed. I don't think it's going to resonate with the American people. I think it's going to look opportunistic, and people are going to wonder, why in the world is the governor of California complaining about Harvard when one of his cities is on fire?
Now, here's a quick clip from the ICE riots, where a man defends the police officer, a citizen of America, proving that not all heroes wear capes. This is awesome. Amazing. Now, these are the type of people, the guy in the white shirt that should get a GoFundMe, not the Carmelo Anthonys of the world. Now, take a look at this great poster that was put together by the people at ICE. Whoever was in charge of this deserves a big raise because it caused one of the morons at MSDNC to have a terrific meltdown live on air, and I'm here for it. Let's get it.
I have very mixed feelings about showing this to both of you. It is news. But it is news from the Trump administration. It's a post from the Department of Homeland Security that they put on X, advertising a tip line with a poster that reads, quote, "Help your country and yourself. Report all foreign invaders." This is your taxpayer dollars, regardless of who you voted for, if you pay taxes. Your taxes are paying for this ad being disseminated on Elon Musk's platform X that says, quote, "Help your country and yourself. Report all foreign invaders." General, did Vladimir Putin write that?
He might very well have. I'll tell you one foreign invader we could deal with is Elon Musk. But having said that, I mean, it's just absurd that we would, that Americans in our strength in our democracy is our ability to take so many different cultures and so many different religions and make something great. And that's what we've done throughout our entire diversity has been our strength. And when you look at that, it taps into the isolationist impulses of a lot of people, the inner racism and hatreds that a lot of people have, unfortunately. And so many of those people have not had the courage to speak up and to stand up for democracy and the American way of life. And unfortunately, the Republican Congress might be the greatest offender in this regard. No one in the Senate or the Congress is standing up against our dear leader when he tries to tap into these isolationist impulses and use our military to further his political means.
Retired U.S. Army Brigadier General Steve Anderson, thank you for being part of our coverage. Mara sticks around for the...
Now, since we're on the meltdown train here, let's finish it off with a white liberal lady having an absolute meltdown on TikTok. It's funny because I'm in my late 30s, and there is no way that when I was growing up, if somebody had a meltdown, that they would be posting it live for everybody to see. You'd never live it down. Have a look at this nonsense.
I'm so fucking done. I'm done. I'm back from my little break ski because I'm just so fucking done. I don't want to see you go to fucking Malibu Farmers Market on a Sunday morning. I don't want to see you go to Rodeo Drive and buy a bunch of fucking shit right now. Are you fucking kidding me? Wake up. Wake the fuck up. How are you supporting these influencers? Seriously, I need to ask you a question. If you support an influencer specifically who lives in LA right now, and you were just supporting them going about their normal daily business, their day-to-day, their pastries and their coffee and their Pilates yoga, like what the fuck? What the actual fuck? Families are being ripped apart just based on the color of their skin. Just because these fucking officers who are pretending to be ICE, no one actually knows who they are because they're just masked and in God knows what clothes, are taking them because they deemed that they don't belong here. But you're okay. You're at Pilates. You're at the farmer's market. You're doing great. God forbid you said a goddamn thing. But no, all your followers think that you're a Kamala supporter but you're not. And you never have been. And if you don't speak out, you are a shitty person too. Not only are you a Trump supporter, you're just a shitty person. Do not follow influencers who are not speaking out. Do not support influencers who are not doing the right thing. I have to make this exact same video every couple months because you idiots are still out here being like, well, I think they voted for Kamala. If you did not specifically say, I hate Trump, I don't support Trump. You say it with your heart if you feel it. Anybody who does not support Trump has no problem saying it with their heart, okay? Just listen. Listen to what these idiots are saying. And it is not okay to go about your daily life, to be selling things on the internet, to pretend everything is fucking okay when it's not. It's not.
Guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, smash that thumbs up button for your boy. Consider subscribing to the channel. help it grow. I will catch all of you in the next video. Peace out, everybody.